Hey guys, welcome to today's Big Brother Canada chat.
This is episode 27.
Hey, I have an idea.
What?
Why don't we just rewatch the double eviction episode?
Okay.
That's basically what happened, but we got a lot of extra little tidbits that we didn't see during the live broadcast.
Cass and Phil at the HOH competition.
There was some scheming going on.
Yeah.
Cass was the outgoing HOH.
I won't use the veto if I win it.
Cass, she couldn't compete, and
Right.
Phil was not competing for the brothers this week, or for that tiny 20-minute week.
Mm-hmm.
So they were on the sidelines, and Phil was like trying to set things up. Cass was trying to set things up.
So, Nick wins the HOH, but Phil thinks it's his HOH.
Were they saying Omaha?
Omaha?
It sounded like they were going, Omaha! I don't know.
I don't know. Maybe they're like, oh, mama.
Maybe.
Oh,
Maybe.
mommy.
They love their mom.
They really do.
But yeah, it was time for nominations.
So Phil thought it was his HOH, so he nominates Tim and Nikki without asking Nick.
Brothers, what happened to two brains working together?
I told you it was a bad idea to split the brain amongst the two of them.
Yeah, so Nick was pissed. He was like, what are you doing? I wanted to put up Tim and Cass.
Yeah, what the hell?
And Phil was like, no, I talked to Cass. We're all good. She's not going to use the veto if she wins.
She promises she's not going to use it.
Really?
So Cass wins the veto. And the brothers are so dicky.
They will not leave her alone. Oh my god, I would have punched them in the face if I was Cass.
I would have been... I think that's probably what pushed her to use it.
I think so, because when she went into the diary room, I guess they were like, okay, what are you going to do? And I think she actually said, I'm not going to use it. And then she decided
is that
on
why
the
she
spot.
said she lied?
She decided on the spot, like, I'm using this shit.
I'm using it. Yeah.
So
Well, she probably didn't want the diary room to talk her out of it, because I think the diary room is a little bit slanted towards the bros.
I don't know.
All right, so
She uses the veto on Tim.
Nick nominates himself, and then after everybody laughs their asses off, except for Arissa.
Arissa's just like, what is wrong with you?
he
Why didn't
put
we
up
get
Joel.
more information on that? Like, I would have liked to have heard more discussion about that, because that
Yeah.
was freaking hilarious.
It was. I would like to see an interview with Arissa on the Pax Bros.
On just everything.
Yeah.
Can we get, like, an Arissa special?
That would be great. Mm-hmm. So they put up Joel, and Nikki is evicted by unanimous vote.
No!
They didn't blink an eye. It's almost like this whole thing was planned
Who? What?
to get rid of Nikki
Who?
by the Freak Show.
Oh, okay. I needed some clarification there.
Oh, okay.
All right, so Phil and Nick have a little spat in the bedroom. Phil is just
This
like...
was ridiculous.
He's having a breakdown. He's at
Like,
the lowest point of his life,
Lay
okay?
into me, bro. Let me have it.
So Nick was just like, what's wrong with you? You freaking blew it, brother.
I'm sorry.
Philip, what were you thinking? I was waiting for like a full, like Phil does to Nick all the time, like Nicholas.
It's rare to see Nick this
The other
pumped
way,
up.
yeah. And Phil is just like, I'm sorry.
Phil effed up. There's no
He
question
definitely
about
did.
it. He
But
should
then,
have put Cassandra.
I love how it was like no thing that Nick tried to freaking nominate them.
Did he discuss that with Philip?
I don't think so.
Did Mom call during the commercial break and say, you need to put yourself on the block and think about what you did?
I don't know.
But Nikki is evicted, and that was sad because it was her birthday. I felt bad about that.
Yeah. Where did it come from?
I know.
Yeah, but anyway, at the end of the whole, "Bleh, you suck," Nick was like, guess what? For the rest of this game, I'm making the decisions.
Oh.
And Phil was like, yeah, I screwed up. It's fine.
It's okay. You know, that's going to last about 5 seconds.
Yeah. All right, well, it's time for the next HOH competition because we got to keep things moving
It's called
here.
Previously on Big Brother Canada.
Gotta love that voiceover guy.
I do. He probably does not look at all like that voice sounds.
I don't know, but anyway, they would play.
Fantasize, can I?
Yeah, they would play pieces of the previously on Big Brother Canada, and the house guests had to determine who was the HOH that week.
This was harder for them than I thought it would be.
I know.
I knew like most of those, and I'm not
Without
even on
even
the
thinking
show.
about it, yeah. Kelsey studies a lot.
It was funny that Tim got the one wrong when Cass was the HOH, and Kelsey got the one wrong when Jared was the HOH. Were you not paying attention, or were you just like...
I don't know. But it did come down to Tim and Kelsey.
Yes. And Kelsey won on the final question.
Yeah.
So there's that. And then...
Oh, isn't that crazy? 3 people from the Freak Show, or the Freak Show, sorry, and then Kelsey.
Yeah.
And Kelsey wins.
She deserved it after,
She studies a lot.
being the underdog there. So it's time to see her HOH room.
That stuffed chihuahua was everything.
It was life-giving. The letter from the sister brought a few tears, you know.
I think it was from her sister.
Yeah, I think so. You're doing nice, fine, good, it's all cool. Mom
Yeah.
and I are like, yeah.
Yeah, so that night they had pizza and wings and alcohol, and they were all out by the hot tub. First of all, don't be eating when you're in the hot tub. That's why it's so disgusting.
That's why that maintenance guy is pissed. All right, so Tim supposedly got drunk. He's probably drinking grape juice. Who knows? But I think he really planned the outing of the Freak Show.
They were talking about all the past alliances this season, the stupid names and everything. And Tim was like, well, there's one that you may not know about.
It was way before. Way before.
Yeah. So, Freak Show, and Cass was just like,
no, it's freaks, and yeah.
yeah, like what?
Joel was super
Joel was
pissed.
just like,
it's like it's 3 people, and one of them's not
yeah.
Nikki.
So they were like, oh, it's Nikki, Cass, and Tim. And they were like, oh, was Nikki in it?
I think he planned that
I don't know.
because he's always
Joel's
thinking,
been sitting pretty.
Exactly. Tim knows they're in trouble this week.
Obviously.
He wants to cast a lot of shadows on Joel. Nobody gives a shit what Tim does in this game. He's staying.
Well, Joel's pissed because if they find out that he's in this alliance with them,
He's done.
he's not going to be able to ride the middle anymore. All right, so then Kelsey and Nick are talking about what transpired at the hot tub, and they're just like, hey, do you think Joel's the 3rd member of that alliance? Who else is it?
Nah.
No,
maybe.
they're on
they're
to it.
on
They
to
know.
it. But they're
They know.
not 100%. They're not hundo P on it.
All right. Well, the next morning, they had like this house-wide game chat, and Kelsey was basically like, Tim and Cass going up on the block.
I don't respect your game, Cass. You're not loyal.
I mean,
You keep flip-flopping.
Cass did put up Jared last week. I'm not saying that
hurts.
she shouldn't have. I'm just saying,
No.
as far as Kelsey goes,
You gotta expect retaliation. I
Yeah.
mean, come on. This is a game. They're not just gonna be like, okay, you can bend me over again and...
all right. Kelsey feels like she's really underestimated at this point. People think she's just this ditzy girl who doesn't know
could
anything
be a
about the
good
game.
thing. I think she owes Levita half of the money if she wins because she had that crash course in playing the game that week that they were in the secret room.
She really did. Levita really turned her around.
She lit a fire under her ass in that week.
Well, I think, too, now that Jared's gone, I mean, with Jared in the house, she was planning on getting 2nd place to Jared no matter what.
Which really sucks.
That's really lame.
I know.
But now that Jared's gone, she actually has a chance to win this. Well, I mean, she had a chance before, too, but she's
Yeah.
not blinded by Jared anymore.
I hope she learns a lot from this and just doesn't, like, be secondary to Jared, like, on the outside world.
Or like a Jared type.
Yeah.
All right.
All right, so Tim and Cass have story time with Kelsey.
They're not done yet.
No.
They're not just going to roll over and die.
Who would? I mean, come on, play
Some
the game.
people would.
Wow.
But anyway, they're going to try and get Kelsey to turn on the brothers. So they're like, you know what? Before the 2nd HOH competition, the brothers were trying to get back in good with us. They were in this middle alliance, and they were trying to fix it up again.
And they were going to get rid of you. You!
Yeah. And we actually got to see this clip. And Phil was like, oh yeah, me, Tim, Cass, and Joel.
I didn't hear the name Kelsey there.
Yeah, so it was confirmed.
All right, so I have to say, I'm really loving the way Kelsey is running her HOH
The open
this
door
week.
policy.
I think it's great because, and she is very smart with her nominations too, but we'll get there. But,
They asked the brothers, like, what was with that conversation?
right, because they're having dinner.
Yeah.
And,
Brothers like, what are you talking about?
they freaking lose their shit.
Like, seriously,
It was
lose it.
ridiculous. I can always tell when people are lying. I know that Nick is lying, but I could see the tells on him because he's almost smiling. They were freaking lying through their teeth, and nobody was buying it.
The way they reacted and got so worked up about it, it was pretty obvious that they were lying.
Well, Kelsey still asked Joel, you know, what's your take on all this? And he's like, you know what? The brothers were lying. They were. When they reacted that way, it can only point to them lying.
Mm-hmm. So Joel's like, hey, you should put up maybe Tim or Cass with the brothers.
But Cass. The brothers are floppers. They gotta go. And you know what? If Kelsey sticks by her thing of, I don't respect people who are liars and not loyal, then you should put the brothers up.
I got news for these people. All of them are liars. They've all lied multiple times.
Yeah. I think Tim has lied the least, though.
Could be.
I mean, he just doesn't care, and that's what's gotten him that far.
All right, well, let's talk about the short list, which is everyone except for Kelsey. There's only 5 people left.
I know. So Joel, he's sneaky. She knows. The brothers, they got a great social game. I don't know how. Cass, she's a liar and a manipulating bitch. They didn't say bitch, I did. Tim, he's done everything, and Tim is everything. I mean, come on, and you got to have another slot to fill. So.
They have to have all 4 slots filled.
All right. So the noms are Cass and Tim.
She's like, you guys are a dynamic duo. I don't really have a target right now, so like win the veto or whatever.
She respects their game. Now, it doesn't really matter so much at this point who she puts up because it all depends on the POV.
Right.
So guys, let us know what you thought in the comments. This is going to be an exciting week and finish. I think this has been a really great season.
There's just so much hate, I feel like. There's a lot of hatred this season.
I find on all of the Big Brother franchises, as it gets closer to the end, it gets freaking crazy. But
I don't
especially
think so. A lot of times it calms down.
Well, in the last couple of years, besides the Frankie season, the Frankie Grande season on BBUS, people get frantic when they start to smell that money. All right, guys. Till next time.
Much love.